What up, y'all? When I look at back at WWF, the year 2001, and I look at 2013 and the way things have shaped out this year, it just makes you think that once upon a time we had one of the greatest years ever for the WWE, and that was year 2001. Um, I mean, like 2001 was like the best year ever because I was still in high school and I was really on this wild WWF kick. It was just me. It was Raw. It was The Rock. It was Stone Cold. It was The Undertaker. It was Trish Stratus, and the WWF really meant a lot to me that year, more so than 2000, because 2001 was where everything came together. Everything just culminated into one of the best years ever for the WWF. It really puts 2013 to shame, And it all started when Stone Cold was on that mission to find out who ran him over back in late 2000, and you seen him clash with Rikishi, and he had to go through Kurt Angle and being screwed by Triple H, and and he ended up in Hell in a Cell with six other guys trying to fight for the WWF Championship. And then you look at The Rock and the rise of The Rock in 2001 and everything that the People's Champion did. Um, it was just electrifying year for me. And I couldn't see every Raw because I didn't really have TNN, but I was a part of the action. Whether I liked it or not, I was a part of the WWF. And and I just really loved every and appreciated every Monday Night Raw and every SmackDown that I got to see because I knew that year was special. You know. And then you had the Backlash with Stone Cold, Steve Austin, and The Undertaker, and Triple H and Kane. WrestleMania 17 was like the greatest WrestleMania ever in WWF history. Um, Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock was the greatest ever. Um, that year when I was in high school, I think I was in the 10th grade when WrestleMania 17 took place. I didn't get to see WrestleMania 17, but it was just a feeling that came over me like, man, this is so awesome, man. The whole month of build up to WrestleMania 17, just the music and the theme songs that WrestleMania had that year, it just made you feel like you was a part of it, you know. And everything that Stone Cold and The Rock was going through, the build up to WrestleMania 17 was just awesome, you know. And it was just electrifying, man. And then you throw Taker in with Triple H, you know what I'm saying? You have Kane and um you had the Big Red Monster Kane, you had Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit, the Hardy Boys in that TLC match. Let me tell you something. I was a big Hardy Boys fan. Whenever that music played, man, I would go crazy. And when I saw Lita and Matt and Jeff come out, that was it, man. I was a real big Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy fan. I appreciated everybody in the Attitude Era from Hardcore Holly. He was tough. Crash Holly was my dog. Steve Blackman, the Righteous Censor. The Undertaker, Triple H. You know what I'm saying? And Viscera, D'Lo Brown, all of them boys. The Good Father, Bub Buchanan, Ivory, China, Val Venus, Billy Gunn, X Pac. And then the thing that really made the icing on the cake sweet in 2001 was the emergence of WCW, because you started seeing WCW stars on Monday Night Raw, and you started seeing ECW stars on Monday Night Raw. You started seeing RVD. You started seeing Booker T, Mike Awesome, Billy Kidman, Sean Stasiak. You know, and you started seeing Chavo Guerrero in a Raw ring. He was something different. You know, and then the thing that shocked me the most about 2001 is when Stone Cold Steve Austin shook Vince McMahon's hand. Let me tell you about the mood at school that night, that day, when I got back to school. The mood at school it was really a down. They was really down on Stone Cold, man. It was like you can hear crickets in the classroom. Everybody was that upset with Stone Cold Steve Austin. When I saw Mr. McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin standing over the Rock, I was like, no, cannot be happening. And then the next night on Raw, what they did to the Rock in their steel cage match, when Triple H came down and hit the Rock with that sledgehammer, I just felt bad for the Rock. You know, the Rock was awesome in 2001. Let me get to the People's Champion. The Rock was the man in 2001. You know, he conquered it all in 2001. The Rock was he was man. There was when the Rock was at his peak, man. You know, The Rock went away for like a few months after WrestleMania 17, came back and joined Team WWF. Shane McMahon didn't want him to be in the alliance. He gets into it with Booker T. Um, they start a rivalry. He saves the WWF at Survivor Series 2001, and Stone Cold and The Rock really put 2001 on the map. You know, Triple H got hurt. I wonder what Triple H it would have been like if Triple H was still there. But I just appreciate the Attitude Era. You know, I just appreciate the wrestling that we got. You know, compared to now. You know, um, I just figured like this: if you put every last superstar from 2001 and give them that whole WrestleMania 29, I think WrestleMania 29 would have blew off the roof. And I will always appreciate the Attitude Era. I will always appreciate Stone Cold. I will always appreciate The Rock. I will always appreciate the Big Show and Kane and Triple H and everybody who came from that era. And his people still there that work for the company. Then I'm talking about Michael Cole. I'm talking about JBL. You know, I'm talking about them. I'm talking about Vince McMahon. I'm talking about Stephanie. I'm talking about the ones that still there in the company that was there back then when I was in a professional wrestling fanatic. You know, sometimes you gotta look at it. Kane and Big Show and Triple H, and Stephanie and Michael Cole and JBL, Jerry Lawler, they come from the good old days. People just they don't respect Big Show now. The Big Show came from a time where WWF was good. Big Show came from a time where you wanted to see the WWF. And it's real talk, man. Some people can sit there and talk about Triple H and Triple H this, Triple H that. Triple H came from, he was never the guy though. Triple H was never the guy. Chris Jericho was one of the main guys that I loved back then. Chris Benoit and remember that TLC match they had on SmackDown? I think it was Chris Benoit, Jericho, the Dudley Boys, the Edge and Christian. We got a TLC match on SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? Man, and then I appreciate the WWF for what they did for 9/11 coming on strong that week when everything happened in 9/11 and the WWF still took on that show. I thought that was um awesome. I think that was really big of them to show their respect to the victims in 9/11. Um, and then I remember one time like during that 9/11 show, SmackDown was coming on in weekends, and I got locked out of my house, and um I'm thinking like I can't see SmackDown, so a little kid, I got a little kid to stick his hand in my mailbox and open up my door because I was panicking. I couldn't see SmackDown at all. So you can literally stick your hand in the mailbox and open up the door. So I'm up there crying like I can't see SmackDown. My mom was saying, James, just calm down. You're gonna get in the house. That's how much the WWF meant to me. And 2001 will always be a time where I really, really enjoy professional wrestling. I can just sit and just enjoy a good product, you know, and a Stone Cold giving you a bird, Stone Cold saluting, and The Rock with a bird. Oh hell yeah! I mean, like that was my childhood, y'all. That was when I was, when you a kid, everything is out the way. Everything is just you and the WWF. And it's not like that now that I'm 27 years old. Your imagination is different than it is when you was when you grown. Your imagination run wild. And you really believe in these characters you see. And I wanted to be The Rock. I just literally wanted to be The Rock because I thought he was so cool. I thought he was so brash, and the things that he said, the way he stood up to people, and way Stone Cold, just Steve Austin, just teach you how to fuck a bully up. Man, I just love that attitude era. And we'll never see that attitude era again. And I just wanted to share that story with y'all. Whoever to watch the videos, I just wanted to share that. WWF 2001 was awesome. Peace.